Hey there, so we are here live on Friday, so hopefully there's some of you guys around. You're not all off living much more productive and exciting lives than I am. But anyway, tonight is kind of a special night. Yesterday I put out like a tweet on my Twitter, obviously, that I would be doing a video today to show my complete Arrow video box set collection. And so that's what I do have. I've got a lot of out of print stuff, a lot of different stuff, some bigger stuff. Now, that being said, I gotta give like super kudos to Arrow right now. They are in the middle of a huge anniversary sale with a lot of stuff that's, selling quickly, selling out, that type of thing. And in the midst of that, the sale is going on right now, by the way. It's a buy one, get one sale. It's a fantastic sale. It's probably the best sale that Arrow has ever had. I am in the process of trying to scrounge up some money to get more from this sale. But 2 to 3 days ago, hey Andy, I got a notice that my order was being shipped. And 2 days later, today, showed up. Hey Jason, so really surprised that my order from Arrow came in 2 days in the middle of a sale, in the middle of their biggest sale ever, their 10th anniversary sale. I was kind of wondering, kind of concerned, like, is this going to ship out? I thought maybe to ship out after the 7th, when the sale's over type of thing. Nope, shipped out during the sale. I don't know who they got, like, doing their shipping. But whoever does their shipping, they've nailed it. I did pay a couple dollars extra for track shipping, not enough that should be this fast or that make that much of a difference, but just to make sure that my shipping got tracked. So the way I'm going to do this is I got this open up here, but I haven't even looked inside. Hey, Livins. Oh, super quick, man. 2 days. 2 days from England to Canada. Hey, Cellulite. So what I am going to do is I have a ton of, as you guys can see in the background there, look, there's an empty shelf in that. So I've got a lot of Arrow box sets. I've been collecting Arrow for a few years now. They were the ones that got me to go region free. Them and Doctor Who. Anywho, before I open up this, I'm very excited about this. I want to get my initial reaction with you guys because I know I'm curious about like what there's a couple things here. I'm curious about both of them. One of them I'm super interested in. I'm kind of wondering how they did it because it's sort of a reissue. So we'll get into that. But right now what we're going to do, we're going to go look into my entire Arrow video box set collection. At the end of the box set collection, we're going to unbox what I got there. So you're going to see, oh nice. See, I'll tell you one thing, Sarah, I will spoiler this part for you. American Horror Project Volume 2 is not in there right now. I was up all night when the sale went on. I was not basically because, I had insomnia. Couldn't sleep, and I didn't expect the sale to go on until later on today. But I said, hey, IB, welcome, man. I said, okay, I'm going to be, I'll just check the site once before I go to sleep. So the site had just gone up. The sale had just gone up live. And I grabbed, there was two things that I knew I wanted right away. There's a few things I wanted. But there's two things that I really wanted to grab, so I grabbed those right away. At the time that I grabbed them, the American Horror Project Volume 2 wasn't live on the sale. So it wasn't live on that sale at that point. I love regional horror, so I definitely need to have the American Horror Project Volume 2. And it's got a John Hayes film. And as you guys know, if you've seen my Vinegar Syndrome videos, I got Cutthroats, I got a few different John Hayes films. I'm a fan of his work. Anyway, let's go into their box sets here. I'll show you some stuff I got. A lot of this stuff isn't around. Arrow box sets go to print. But they put out like special editions and stuff. This is probably one of the early ones I got. I'll grab my DVD box sets as well afterwards, but these are all my Blu-ray ones. And this is the limited edition special of Battle Royale. This has always been like a big movie for me, and for a lot of people, this tends to be a film that gets them into this genre. Like it's either this one or Edition, something like that. Kind of gets you into that, get you into this whole genre. For my kids, actually, this movie was the gateway drug for like them. No, they love like J horror, they like K horror, that type of stuff. That's their big thing. That's what they watch more than anything else. To the point where my oldest has taught herself Japanese dialect, and my youngest has taught himself Korean. They are way smarter than I am. So I won't go too deep into this, but you open it up, such an incredible set. Like this has like everything. There's booklets in here. We got the theatrical cut, director's cut. What's kind of really neat and cool, especially if you're like a comic geek like I am, you get this one right here. And so you open this up, and it's got a bunch of these like, hey Trina, how's it going, man? You got a bunch of these postcards, and right on the inside here, there's this, and this is a kind of like a comic book prequel to Battle Royale, which is super cool. Now, this was actually around for quite a while. The thing that happened basically is that this one of the early posters. I guess share one of the early posters. Like they hadn't become like the super popular company that they are right now when they put out this Battle Royale set. So because of that, a lot of people were able to avail of this set here. I remember I used to do these with the, oh, there they go, see, with the pictures of some of the early releases there. As you can see, they once had Martin in production. That's no longer available. And their edition of Dawn of the Dead as well. Would love to have gotten that. It is awesome, Vinny. I gotta say, I love Battle Royale. If you can ever get your hands on this set, it's incredible. And they still have a really good edition of it. They just don't have like the limited edition with the. And I don't think this one. I'm not good on knowing whether what prices things are, but this isn't too expensive, is it? I don't think so. I know it's out of print. Some, you get some scalpers that do put things up crazy prices. But Battle Royale, it's got everything. It's got booklets, special features, theatrical cut, director's cut. Fantastic film. But actually even before that, the very first box set I bought of Arrow is one that you guys have seen behind me every single time I make a video downstairs. And without a doubt, somebody has to point it out. And that would be the Russ Meyer collection. Again, this is, again, another long sought after set. I got this actually about on the month that this went out of print. It actually went out on sale on Amazon. I got this for a really cheap price. You'd be surprised. There were two editions of this box set. There was one that had like 18 films. It was like regular, like straight cases. It was huge looking. And there was this here kind of more, this is the more like streamlined edition of this. And this actually has 19 films as opposed to the 18 that the original box set had. Great set, fantastic. I'm a big Russ Meyer fan. Unfortunately, because unless somebody else gets like hold of the rights to the Russ Meyer films, we're never going to see a set like this again. Sad to say, but we're probably not going to see anything like this again. So if you ever stumble upon this set anywhere, make sure that if you're a Russ Meyer fan, make sure you grab it. It's a really, really good set. It's really well put together. I got no particular order that I'm doing these in. I do apologize if it seems like I was going to do them like in a sort of like a chronological order. I'm not. I'm just grabbing things as they come to me here. But you can see the amazing stuff and the amazing work that they did. One of the big excitements for me was this thing right here. Now, I do have to preface before I go any further, I forgot to bring my Phantasm box set downstairs. It's up in my case, actually. I do have the Phantasm set with the Phantasm spear as well that I keep up in my display case. As you guys know, I'm like one of the most diehard Phantasm fans. It's one of my favorite franchises. I even wrote a spec TV script, like pilot for it, back in the day, which I'm still actually really proud of. I wish I could get my hand on again. But this is the Hellraiser box set, the Scarlet box. Incredibly well done. I love the way these were put together with the I just love these like little cases thing, the way that they go together. There's a huge book in here, by the way, and I got to show this because they show off a few like really good books as well. Like this is a perfect bound book, Damnation Games they call it there, and it has some really cool stuff in here. There's like some great like stuff from the script. There's some great pictures. There's some fantastic like writing in here as well. Like it dives into all three of the Hellraiser, the original Hellraiser films. And I do like this little touch at the bottom. See, this thing took a little while to come out. They actually had to, there were some things that were done, and it made it sort of kind of take a while to get here. So when it finally did come, they sent a little thing pretty much like saying, sorry, it's late, shipping was hell. And they had a little like, it's upstairs, like a pinhead like button as well, which is actually really cute. I wish they do more buttons, or I know that like Severin does like the enamel pins and stuff, but I'd like to see that kind of go over to some other companies as well. Next up is I don't know if this one's still available or not, but it's one of my favorites actually, and that is the Long Good Friday Mona Lisa. This is the Bob Hoskins set, the handmade films. Long Good Friday is one of my favorites. It's always been one of my favorite films. It's one of my go-tos. If I'm in a mood, I just sometimes turn it on to watch. It's kind of like To Live and Die in LA. It's one of those movies that I just grab. If I'm feeling down and I'm feeling depressed, or I'm feeling lonely, and that happens, guys. So that happens more often than you think. Then Long Good Friday is one of the movies that I turn on. I love Mona Lisa, fantastic film. Great chemistry between the leads, but there is something special about Long Good Friday. Pierce Brosnan's role is actually really cool, so digging that one. Next up is, and I think this was on sale. I haven't seen it on the sale now. I didn't know if they had some and they went out of print or not, but I think this was initially on the sale, and that is the George A. Romero's Between Night and Dawn. If you haven't grabbed this set, my God, you guys are so quiet today. Does nobody have any comments on the sets they want to talk about? I'm ashamed, you guys. Fantastic films. I mean, we got like The Crazies here, which is like, to me, it's a legitimate classic and like underrated classic. Season of the Witch is a fun film. There's Always Vanilla. I don't think I'd seen before this set, but this is actually is a fantastic little set. There's a great little booklet in here as well. 60-page booklet. So that's, I guess Rob said book link there. If this was Scholastics, it would be book link. And my North American brethren, especially Canadian, will know what Scholastic Books is all about. It was you get it in school. You get this little sheet, like 4 pages long, and they'd say, there'd be a bunch of books and you could order them. Into Italian and Spanish Giallo. We'll get to those, don't worry. Actually, kind of ironically, the next one up, dude, is Black Cats. This is a fantastic release. Now, I think both of these films are available now, like on their own, as not without the booklet. Basically, you can get them on their own. So this is Black Cats. There are 2 films that were inspired by Edgar Allan Poe's Black Cat. I'll take them out to show you. If you like the Italian stuff, you're gonna love this. I love cruising, actually, so it's one that I don't know if I get it right away, but it is one that I really want to pick up. Packing up for practice? Practice for what? So this is the Black Cat, and this is Fulci. So this is the Fulci's, the Black Cat, and this is actually a pretty good, cool film. But the star for this one, this is decent, but it isn't the star of the box set. This is the star of the box set. Your vice is a locked room, and only I have the key. This is by Sergio Martino. I'm pretty sure it's by Martino. If we let me be wrong here for a second now. Yep, it is Sergio Martino. I'm right. Okay, so this is by Sergio Martino. It has a fantastic cast. We get Edwidge Finch in this one. Is Edwidge Finch? I think, yeah. Edwidge Finch in this one. This is her first kind of big kind of bad girl star role within this film. This is a really, really good film. It's really atmospheric, really well done. Hey there. Hey, Brian. How's it going? This is slowly becoming one of my favorites. Yeah, most of these here, I can say any of these here that are available, are usually available in the Italian language and with optional English subtitles. Some people are dub people. I'm not a dub person. For some of the really kind of cheesy Japanese drive-in films, I can deal with the dubs then. But if I'm watching Giallo, I do want to watch it, especially for my first watch. I want to watch it in Italian with English subtitles. I want to get because even though they may have a couple like English actors in there, I want to listen. I want to hear it in Italian. It just seems it comes across as more real to me. This is one of my favorites, like in the box sets that they did, because I really love. I'm a huge fan of the giallo genre, and I've been waiting to get Your Voices Locked Room and Only I Have the Key, because I only had like this crappy DVD version edition of it for the longest time, and I don't think that was complete. So getting this one was huge for me. Your Voice is actually available on its own during the sale. So if you're looking into giallo stuff and you don't have it yet, I do recommend it. It is a good one. Next up is one that I found here, actually. I don't usually find them here. I usually get my stuff through Arrow's website. It's really good. I mean, and it's well put together, too. Is Dario Argento's The Cat O' Nine Tails. Now, I love Argento. This is probably my least favorite of the Animal trilogy, but it grows on me a little bit each time. He goes into more of kind of a sign. Oh, nice! My dad actually was he was a bassist and he was like a lead guitarist. But I think the last thing he played in a band was bass actually. I remember him that's when I was in college too. My dad's a musician. Was a musician. He's retired now. That does happen. I think my kids do try to do the subtitles, but I think that's one of the reasons my kids actually started learning Korean and stuff like that, because they have their interests is in they can. I know my films, but I have no sense of knowledge of J-horror, K-horror the way they do. It's insane. But this again, it's a good one. I mean, it's deals with more scientific aspects of it. And that was kind of a disappointment for me when I first saw the film, because when I'm used to seeing a giallo, there's always some kind of reasoning, even if it's only kind of a convoluted reasoning for the killer doing it, that's revealed at the end. But this one was more of it's not giving too much away. The killer was because of chromosomes. Oh, those aren't mine, actually, Austin. The Popeye sets are actually my better halves. If she was ever interested, I would let you know. Though I'll be honest with you, she's a huge animation fan, and it probably wouldn't happen. But if it ever happens, you would be the first to know. Okay? But knowing her the way I know her, it's probably wouldn't. And I do apologize, but I'll be honest with you. Next up is, and I think that's what I printed. This Branyasna Society. This is kind of a weird. Film, not for everybody. It's an 80s body horror type film. Once you've seen it, you don't forget it, that's for sure. One of the big pluses with this release is that they did a comic book, kind of a comic sequel to Society, because he never did make a film. So the complete comic book is here, the whole thing. Now, not part of it, not a preview, not a sneak peek. The whole comic book is here for you to read. So you can watch Society, and it does have this kind of fun, kind of weird vibe to it. And then you can go and you can read the comic book afterwards and find out what happened to them all the way. Some people actually say that, they say because sometimes they'll be speaking. A lot of times when it's dubbing, they're not saying their lines. They're going, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 type of thing. A lot of timing thing with some of that stuff. Anyway, so The Hills Have Eyes. Again, this is a more recent release. Fantastic one. I do love the way this is done. And I actually am a big fan of the original Hills Have Eyes. That makes sense. Society, does have a European sense of style to it. I would imagine that Society probably did well in Canada too, because we tend to lean more towards the European sense than we do towards like our next door neighbors. To be completely honest, just watch some Canadian TV or movies and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. We do tend to have a more maybe it's kind of bred in with us. This kind of more, I guess, laid back type of. I'm kind of. I don't want to say that because then then it makes us. Then I like pigeonholing us and like I don't like doing that. No country or it's got to be a certain way. The Last House on the Left. Again, this one's actually really cheap to buy on Amazon, but you can get this now like for a fairly decent price too during the sale. And with that, it's a buy one get one. This one has like poster, like all the cuts of the film. Fantastic. Love Last House on the Left, though not for everybody. Obviously, it's not like this is not a family film that you're going to take home to see your hey guys, let's get the kids around and watch Last House on the Left. Ain't going to happen. Society's a really cool. It is. I mean, I like Society a lot, and I'm not always. I can be a little bit like nervous when it comes to certain body horror ones, which is weird because I really am into like the Cronenberg stuff and the Lynchian stuff, the Yuzna stuff. I really like. I guess maybe it's just the cannibal stuff that bothers me. The Thing. This was an amazing release during their sale last year. They had this big like flash sale where they found a bunch of stuff that was out of print, and they had like a few copies left, and they sold them. And this was the limited edition of The Thing. It is gorgeous. I'm so glad I picked this up. So much niceness to that. Now it looks like we're going back to some more Giallo stuff, because you think you're going to notice about a lot of my stuff is I do have a certain taste. I'll just grab these two ahead of time before we go into that. Finally went out of print. I think if it's not out of print and you don't have it, get it. This is really good. Everybody should own this movie, I'm telling you. And this is Shock Treatment. I'm a huge fan of Shock Treatment. This is an underrated classic musical. It is. It's underrated. You know it is. You know it is. Just love it. One that my better half grabbed me for my birthday one year. Hey, Adrian. Yeah, 2 days, man. I got my stuff in 2 days, which is awesome. It's amazing. Which I'll be unboxing, by the way, at the end of this video, is Necronomicon 2. Not my favorite. I'm not going to lie to you. It has a certain audience that kind of gets into the film. And I get it. I get, that they like it. Not really me. It's there's some great features on here though. Some decent documentaries. Footage from like a 20th anniversary concert, that type of thing. But it was never something that I really, really got into. I can't lie to you and say I got into the necromantic films. I didn't actually. So when the Dare, Toadskin, whatever it was called, came out, it just, I didn't feel like I needed to move on it type thing. So next up is the Emilio P. Miraglia set, and that is Killer Dames. I love this. I love this case, by the way. I love these hard boxes. Great ones. We got The Night Evelyn Came Out of the Grave and The Red Queen Kills 7 Times. Both of these are fantastic films. I've seen The Night Evelyn Came Out of the Grave so many times in my youth, but I had not seen, I think I'd seen like The Red Queen Kills 7 Times like once when I was younger. So when I went in to watch these films, I went in with pretty blind. Oh, at least with The Red Queen. I pretty much knew The Night Evelyn Came Out of the Grave, like from front to back. I'd seen it a lot. Oh, I did actually, Allison. Apologize. Unfortunately, the Popeyes are my better halves, so that would be on her. But I don't think she would. But I'm sorry. But if that ever happens, I will let you know first. So this is the case for The Night Evelyn Came Out of the Grave, which is a fantastic film. Do love this one. And The Red Queen Kills 7 Times, which has actually an early appearance of like Sybil Danning, and she looks really different in the film actually. So if you're a big fan of Sybil Danning, she looks gorgeous in this, by the way. But it's a very early appearance of Sybil Danning, probably back around the time when she was working at the modeling agency as a, you know, basically as a receptionist, and people would call in. And they would say, you know, I'd like to, you know, do you have a model or somebody that we could use, type of thing, you know? And she would like she'd say, oh yes, we've got this great girl named Miss Sybil Danning. She'd be fantastic for your shoot, type of thing. Smart girl. Anyway, these are great. I think these are available on their own as well. Now outside of the set, definitely worth picking up. If you ever find the set though, it's really sexy looking. I just really do love the way this set looks, and it is 2 fantastic films, 2 gorgeously fantastic films. And because they can't put out a Giallo set without me picking it up, of course, I've got the Luciano Ercoli set, the Death Walks Twice. And again, a really fun set, different for like in the way that they portrayed like the lead heroine in this one here. The girl is actually, I think that's Dagmar, right? She's really like proud of the way that the female character that she portrayed were portrayed in each of these films. Done really well. So we got like 2 here in this set, and we get like, and these have great cases. So even if you get these on their own, now if the box sets are sold out, they have like, there's great stuff on here. You got like great audio commentaries, like people like Tim Lucas and Troy Holworth, and you get Kat Ellinger in some of these, and Rachel Nesbitt and Heather Drain and Sam Deegan, people like that. So this is the Death Walks at Midnight. I love this unique weapon that he's using there. And of course, there's also Death Walks on High Heels. I think I have one of those. I used like a similar mask in one of my Giallo unboxing videos. So anyway, those are, again, there's a lot of Giallo stuff here. Here's one that I really like, and I'll be honest with you, my eldest really doesn't. I recommended him to her because she's like really big into Japanese films and Japanese culture and stuff like that. So I said, you got to check out Battles Without Honor and Humanity, because basically this is like a film series that was based on a series of like newspaper articles about like the real yakuza and this certain guy's like life in his experiences. So she was not really into it. I guess maybe it's a different like era type of thing, but she said, you know, no, this, it kind of bored me, Dad. It's kind of bored me. I do find these good. These are kind of long. You can, I guess, watch the last one if you want to. That kind of splices them all together. And again, it does have one of these perfectly bound books called the Yakuza Papers, and it is utterly gorgeous. It is an amazingly bound, amazingly well done book, and it deals with like all the films. It deals, just gets everything in there. And I don't have, I'm guessing I put it over there somewhere. Where did it go? There's another box set I know that I'm looking for. Maybe I'll put that upstairs too. If I did, I'll tell you about it afterwards. I'm trying to get to these here, the sets that are over on the end here. Oh, no, there you are. So what I'm doing, as I'm doing this, by the way, is I'm sliding some stuff over. I'm playing Jenga, pretty much with my box sets, so that I can actually show you guys the other stuff, because I have a lot of these. Okay, next up is Videodrome. This is gorgeous. This is a beautiful set. Now you can buy Videodrome on its own, and the original set, The Thing in Battles, you didn't miss anything, I don't think. To be honest with you, I think I just spoke on Battles and for a bit, so I'm trying to think. Maybe you did. Ask the people here. As I go through, my memory sucks. My memory sucks bad. Next up is Videodrome. This is classic one. I love the way this was done. Now you can buy this one on its own now. This is the David Cronenberg's early works. Oh, did you? I hope you like JD's Revenge. I thought it was really fun. Oh no, actually, this is the Criterion. I got the Criterion one as well. There's two editions out. But this is my favorite edition of the movie. I'm a huge like Cronenberg fan, and I'm a big fan of this film right here, specifically actually. But this had his early work, so you got like Transfer and Stereo and Crimes of the Future, and From the Drain. Now, what's really neat about this, perfect, is that although I think this is sold out, you can buy this on its own as well. So if you've already gotten, like, say you got the Criterion one, and I'm not sure, I can't remember if the early films were on the Criterion edition or not. It's done like a beta tape. But it also has this, you're still one of the only people that really, really still is into scanners. Like, I like scanners. Basically, I like Michael Ironside. For me, I say the Arrow is the best. Now, the problem is the Arrow is Brood's fantastic film. Is one that's sold out. Like, it's pretty sold out. What I like most, Shivers and Rabbit. So we got more scanners love. I like that actually, because for a while it wasn't getting the love. Now this was neat. This is a neat little thing, especially if you're. I wish I could, man, but they're not mine to sell. They are literally my better half. She does collect animation, so we collect that together. I would have no head left on me if I did that. Now this is this little gross here, but Long Live the Flesh. It's a Cronenberg perfect bound book with some great stuff on Videodrome in here. We got some writings from. Got some stuff from Cronenberg. Talks about like the other films as well. Crash doesn't have a good like release yet, does it? Because I don't think it has a Criterion release. It doesn't have like a Arrow release as far as I know. Underrated film. I showed this one the other day, so I'm not going to mention it too much now. This is the Krzysztof Kozlowski Decalogue. Again, this was also put out by Criterion, but again, this is a better edition than the Criterion edition because it has the entire Decalogue, not like put on like shoved onto a couple discs. No, it's done on like 5 separate Blu-rays, and each one of them also includes like other work by Kozlowski, like other documentaries, other things he did for television. It also again includes a huge booklet as well. Well, book at this point. When it's 120 pages, it's a book. Has some great stuff, and it really goes into like a lot of his work, and specifically like deals with the television work that he did. I'm seeing some of my stuff is in here. I'm trying to remember where it's at. Next up is one that a lot of people are getting the sequel to, and I hope you did manage to grab the first one when it came out. If not, you can grab these movies on their own. This is the American Horror Project. I think with a lot of Cronenberg's work, everything's not meant to be understood. That's the way it's kind of like Lynch that way. But you always end up like thoroughly enjoying yourself. That's the big thing. This is American Horror Project. This is the original one. Like the second one is on sale right now on there, and it's a great one. This has I got to get these right. Melatista's Carnival of Blood, The Witch Who Came from the Sea, and The Premonition. These are regional horror films, so like know that going in. These are not like your high budget like horror stuff. I knew it. This is regional horror, and there's been some big regional horror like stuff like Night of the Living Dead, and there's like more often not. There's like smaller, low budget regional horror, like say like a Don Dohler film, like a Night Beast or something like that, which would also be considered like regional. Basically, a regional horror film is a horror film that's made in a specific area, usually utilizing a cast and crew within that area. That more often than not, it's extremely low budget. You would not believe how many times I got asked that question this week. Hey, Warren. I think that's one of the key to success when it comes to those type of films. If you're gonna make a film like that, you got to think after. It's got to make you think afterwards. If it doesn't right away, like 2 or 3 days down the road. I like a film like not a lot of people love. It's called Mother. Everybody's seen it. Not everybody likes it. But it was one of those films that just kind of really got to me. And it was like 2 or 3 days later, and we're riding down the road, me and my better half, right? And we just come from from getting groceries. And we started, like, said, remember the movie the other night we watched? And then this long conversation, and it went into us bringing the groceries in and being home. And like for 2 hours later, we're like talking about it. Next up, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. A much different film. This is one of the early box sets. I really like the way this one was done. I like the way that it was put together. You get to see, like, yeah, there's good old Leatherface. I was so in love with Caroline Williams back in the day too. She had just beautiful legs. We got a little Chop Top. Premonition your favorite? I'd have to look back to see which one is my favorite, to be honest with you. And good old Dennis Hopper with his dueling chainsaws, his double barrel chainsaws. We go with that. Double barrel. Chainsaws on both sides. Okay, this one I know is out of print. And this is the complete Dr. Phibes. I think you can buy them separately though. Deborah Harry's gorgeous in that film. And she just has that aloofness that you need for that role. So she was perfectly cast. Before that, I spent much time listening to Parallel Lines by Blondie and just looking at her on the album cover in that white dress because she is so gorgeous. Complete Dr. Phibes. I love Vincent Price. Love these films. What's really neat is that Vincent Price here's a guy that's known for his voice. He's primarily known for the speech, the way that he uses that, and that he has to go without that for most of these films here. So kind of neat to see it done that way. Which reminds me, do I have the Vincent Price box over there? I should. Yeah, I forgot to get down. I'll get down in a second for you guys. I actually didn't like. I'm one of the only people, Brian. You're in the majority here. I didn't like the new Texas Chainsaw, like the remake of it, and I'll quickly tell you why I didn't like it. The series before, primarily the Texas Chainsaw series, have been focused highly on family, and kind of like there was a lot of like, I guess, social political aspects to it, but mostly it was family, and we saw like the degradation, like a different like take on I guess the American or the North American family. That's missing in the remake. Like it's really missing, like severely, hardly missing. You got like a big looking Leatherface, but you get it at the loss of any family members that you're going to really care about. Arlie Emery, am I getting that right? Emery or Ermy? I always get his name wrong. Definitely steals that show. Like he's the one. Like, he's a good part of that show. But it also does the one really bad thing for me. Jessica Biel, yeah, I can see why. Is that it has the leads have to always make, in order for the plot to advance at all, the stupidest, dumbest decisions you can imagine anyone ever making. We're going to stay here and wait with the dead body. I'm going to throw away the keys. Where's my boyfriend at? Nope. Buddy seems really strange. Let's go with him. No sane person makes any of those decisions, whether in real life or not. I know in slasher movies they're always saying, the person's running out the upstairs when they should be running out the door. Texas Chainsaw epitomized that for me. Now, that being said, a majority of the people will be totally disagree with that. They loved it. I'm just one of the lone few. I'm a small voice in a big crowd. Okay, so there is the Outlaw Gangsters, Gangster VIP, the complete collection. Again, I love these style sets. Just like give it another watch. I don't want to ruin it for you, man. If you like it, like it. There's some great cinematography in the film with Daniel Pearl, and it's got a good-looking cast. One of the male leads, actually, that lasts the longest, I actually thought that he was good. I wish we would have focused on him a bit more. But I did have some issues with it myself. But if you do reevaluate it, just let me know. Because the first time I saw it, I was okay. I thought, that's not too bad. That's passable. It's better than I thought it was going to be, because I'm a big Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1974 fan. But it left me a bad taste in my mouth as I was walking to the theater. And I remember going back to it and watching it again. And I recently saw it. I saw it last year in the drive-in, and I'm with my cousin who doesn't watch this stuff very often. And we watched. It was a double feature with Friday the 13th, the 1980 edition. because they originally thought they were going to get the 74 edition of Texas Chainsaw. It was going to be double feature, classic. But it got changed at the last minute, and they got sent the wrong film, I think. So we ended up seeing the remake, and we were both very, it was tedious. This is a great little one. This has like 5 or 6 films. Yeah, Gangster VIP 2, Heartless, Goro the Assassin, Black Dagger, and Kill. So there's 5 films on here. Oh, okay. The Django set. Are you talking about the steelbook that came out, like that had Django and Texas Adios on it? I'm guessing that's basically what happened with that one. Is they pulled it, but because the Blue Underground had a bit of a snit about it, saying that they had the rights and they weren't gonna do that. Arrow wasn't allowed to do it, so they had to pull it. Now that being said, I know that it did reach some media outlets and some stores. There are some people that have like the movie, the steelbook in their possession, but it could be an issue of them, like maybe they can't ship it, or they feel they're not allowed to. That being said, if you go into a store and it has it there, yeah, grab it, because apparently it is the best like version of Django that's out there. Unfortunately, nobody can get their hands on it because of Blue Underground, and that left a sour taste in my mouth, actually. Even though I do like Blue Underground, I got a lot of their stuff. But I think if that might be the one you're talking about. But if that's the one you're talking about, then yeah, that's what happened. There was like some rights issues, and they ended up having to pull it. And it was a big release. So if you can get it, man, grab it. Yeah, Culture Trini has it. So if you can get it, grab it. If anybody can get 2 of them, they can send them my way. Yeah, that's probably it. I mean, like if you can get somebody over there in that area, in the SoCal area, that I can't believe I said SoCal. Yeah, and they can actually go in and get it. That'll probably be like the way that you'll end up getting something like that. I have issues like that as well. I'm in Canada, and like there's just certain companies that do not like deliver to Canada, and like considering, hey, welcome. Oh, actually, I'm going through my entire Arrow box set collection. I got 2 new Arrow box sets to show you guys, so I'm going to be showing at the end of this. So I think they're good pickups. I really do. Next up is Bride of Reanimator. Good set. I was a little disappointed in the build quality of this after them going so far with these hard boxes to kind of go back to kind of like the thinner boxes. It was kind of a bit of a disappointment, and I do think that it does kind of like lose its shape after a while. But that being said, it is probably the best edition of Bride of Reanimator I have ever seen, so good thing there. Now this one, again, is the thin box, but works well, and this is the pretty much Lippins, yeah, the Stray Cat Rock collection. I really do love these. Delinquent Girl Boss, Wild Jumbo, Sex Hunter, not at all as sexual as you think, by the way. Machine Animal and Beat 71. Some fantastic films, and it's got, oh God, what's her name in it? Miko Kaji? Miko Kaji. I'm going to go with that. That's what I'm going with. I'm sticking with that. Anyway, so anybody that has ever seen the movie, oh God, what's the name of it? Skinner. When you see like Tracy Lord's character in the movie Skinner, I do, with the hat and stuff like that, I do find that she does kind of have the Miko Kaji look going on. I'm not sure if anybody else kind of picked up on that, or that was just my thought, but that's what when I saw her, that's what I thought. Especially from like the revenge films, like the Prisoner Scorpion and things. Next up, Mako Kashi. Thank you. See? What would I do without you, dude? Bloodbath. These are okay films. They're fun films. They're like, but what you need to have this for is there is a great documentary on these films. And I mean great. I mean, it was done by Tim Lucas, and it's like a 3-part one that he did, I think, for Video Watchdog Group. That was a magazine that he used to run that has now become defunct. You know, he does so much other stuff. No, but this documentary is fascinating. So the backstory behind these here films and the differences are it's just Mako Kaji. Mako Kaji. I will totally ask you that again, by the way, because I'm not going to remember. Horrible memory for names. Bloodbath, definitely if you ever get a chance. I think this is out of print, but if you ever find it anywhere, if you ever get a chance to check it out, really, really good. I'm not sure if there's like a regular edition of that. But if there is, grab it because that documentary, worth its weight, man. Worth its weight. Next up is a more recent one, and this is a complete Sartana set. Again, if you're a spaghetti western fan, this is amazing. Great stuff, like really great stuff. And I love the Sartana films. If you can't get this and you're on more of a budget, get yourself the Ringu double feature that they got from Arrow. That's also really, really good. Oh yeah, the Friday the 13th documentary and the Nightmare on Elm Street documentary and King Kong. They got a few on Shudder, man. All right, get to a couple of the bigger ones. So this one was put out with a couple different limited editions, and they had different pictures for the slips. And this is the With No Eye. I'm a huge fan of this film. I've always been. It's a weird film. Definitely not for everybody, but there's things about With No Eye that kind of reminds me of like things like Peep Show and like TV shows like that. So With No Eye is really, really fun. I will open up this just to give you like an idea what the set is like. So basically, when you think of like the ultimate like book one, so it does literally have a complete book here. You get to it and you got like With No Eye on Blu-ray, With No Eye on DVD, but that's not, it doesn't end there because it also has this other film, How to Get Ahead in Advertising, which is bloody fantastic, by the way, for both the Blu-ray and DVD editions of it. I know I'm probably in like a small club, but With No Eye for me is like one of those that again, it's another one of those that I can go to. It's a go-to for me. All right, ready for a big one? This is the Herschel Gordon Lewis Feast set. This is the smaller of the two Herschel Gordon Lewis sets that came out, but this is amazing. If you like Herschel Gordon Lewis, you're gonna love these sets. If you're not a Herschel Gordon Lewis fan, you're probably not going to love these sets. But here we go. Herschel Gordon Lewis Feast box set. It's incredible. There is a ton of like movies and there's documentaries and features and there's a book that looks incredible. And I've gone over this before, so I won't like belabor it. I've got one more to show you before I actually do my unboxing. And I'll do that because it actually is a fairly rare one. So I'll be right back. I think I missed the comment there. So this is the Vincent Price 6 Gothic Tales set. Now out of print, I would. They're gore films, so like they're early kind of gore films, but they're kind of If you can ever find this film, this box set, grab it. It is incredible. This is at a print. You're not going to find this on the sale. If you find this on the sale, if they ever come across any copies of this anywhere and you see this on a sale, you grab that thing right away. I'll show you. I'll show you what I mean. So we have The Fall of the House of Usher, The Pit and the Pendulum, Tales of Terror. I love this cover, by the way. The Raven, The Haunted Palace. Of course, there's all of artwork, and The Tomb of Legia. I'm sure that whoever did this one is the person that did the American Horror Project set. But even more than that, this is awesome. Nice. This six Gothic Tales by Edgar Allan Poe, and there is some great like write-ups on here. And being a comic book guy, being a guy that loves my comics, They actually did take some of the Dell adaptions and put them in here with covers and like the whole thing, not just the cover, but the whole like comic book is in here. So just to let you guys see, incredibly well done. The fact that they put these in here, it was insane. If you ever get a chance to get your hands on the Vincent Price 6 Gothic Tales set, grab it. I mean, grab it right away. It's a fantastic set. Now, without further ado, the reason some of you guys came here was this. Do we have the Long Good Friday box? I do. I love it, actually. Long Good Friday, I'm set on here for, is actually one of my favorites. So I'm going to open this now and see what's here. So, is this my receipt? Yep, I got to say, yeah. 2 days. I can't believe this came in 2 days. So let's check them both out. First off, because I missed out on the first one, I wanted to grab this with new artwork, without the book. I wish I had the book, actually. And this is the Ring collection. So basically, Ringu, I guess you want to say. So this has 4 films in here. So we have the Ring, Ringu, Ringu 2, Ring 0, and of course Rizan, the kind of the other sequel to the Ring. So I haven't looked in this one yet. I did want to get the house box set, but here's the thing. You can buy the Ring on its own, but I haven't seen them selling the Ring 2 or Ring 0. And kind of wondered if those were going to be exclusive to the set, and if they were going to take out things like the Rizan movie afterwards. So I did want to get this. What was kind of different though is like the house set is available and it's £50, which is fantastic because you get like the cool house looking box. However, with the features and stuff, with the book gone out of it, you can buy the 4 house films at £15 each, right? Well, so normally the house set would seem like, okay, that's a better deal because £50 is better than like I guess £60. But it's a BOGO sale, so £50 versus £30. And maybe that's just me, but so looks like they retained the artwork for the. Oh yeah, you're losing a lot of translation. The Ring sets are actually really the Ring films are actually really good. The Japanese ones. I'm not a big fan of the American versions. I love these covers because here. So this is the cover for Ring, and the sequel is one that has like the Ring Rizan on it. So I'm gonna get. So this is Ring 2. This is Ring 0. So, as you can see, Sadoka is getting closer with each movie in the set. This has some great stuff on it because I will stop for these new ones. Oh my god, yeah! I mean, see the original when it comes to this stuff. This is a really good looking set, Trini. I think you're going to like it. There's some great features on here. There's like a new audio commentary. The Ring Legacy, I don't know how long this one is, but I really want to check it out. Exactly. And the interview allowed people. There's a interview with Kat Ellinger on here. I really, really enjoy her stuff. So we'll be checking this out. A Vicious Circle, new interview with the author. Okay, and the Circumventing Ring, a new video essay. And I love video essays, but I will watch the movies over again before I do that. This one here has Rizan on it, and The Psychology of Fear with the author. And the third one here has a new video essay by Jasper Sharp, which is one of the big reasons I wanted this. On the J horror phenomenon, that and the Kat Ellinger one. Spooks, Size, and Videotape it's called. Do they have reversible art? Let's find out. I think they will. I don't think they're going to going to cheat us out of the reversible artwork. But we'll find out now. Oh, great. So, oh, okay, wow, okay, I'm glad I opened this now. So, I got the thing for cruising. And I had no idea this was a thing, guys. But this came with it. And you guys, probably some of you guys have already got this and know about this already. But in their 10th anniversary sale, there is a 10-year Arrow video booklet. So I did not know this was a thing. I'm guessing you guys knew. And it goes with an introduction Arrow video, history, like the different eras of Arrow, which is insanely good. I mean, no idea. Is this coming in all the releases now or just in these re-releases? If anybody knows, like definitely let me know, because it makes me want to grab more. And just so you know, because you did ask that question, yes, there is the alternate art there as well. For the Ring series, I do like the new art that's on there better than the original artwork, to be completely honest with you. Let's open up 2 and 3. I don't think so many booklets or anything of those, but that's the art for number 2. Somebody asked me the other day what the craziest one was, and I think that it's Ring Zero. And most of the new stuff, see, it's been a while since I've ordered, like from the Arrow stuff, so I was unaware that that was a thing. But I'm actually going to read that right after this video. So at least you're getting the reversible artwork. And I'm not going to lie, I saw the original artwork for the Ring, and I do like this better. This is really well done. All right, so what was the other one I picked up? Knowing me, this isn't hard to figure out. I'm guessing a lot of you guys picked up this one. I had to get this one. This was like, when they said that a buy one, get one sale was coming, this was the first thing that came to my mind. Yeah, I do like that. Actually, I didn't notice the tape then. And that, get this, Blood Hunger. I'm a big fan of Jose Larraz. As you guys know, Symptoms is another film that's way up there on my list of films that I love. I needed to have this one here. Now, I'm super excited about this. This is a one that I didn't think I was gonna. I thought that this was gonna sell out before I was able to get it. I'm a huge fan of these films actually, and this director. So let's check it out. So the 3 films on here are Whirlpool, Coming of Sin, which has another name, and Vampires, or Vampires, whatever you want to call it, is which most people know. That's the film that most people know him for. And you look on here. What's neat is they got like an artist rendition of Jose Larraz on here, but rather than have like, it almost looks like a. Oh, enjoy. Hey, hope it goes well tonight, and have a great evening. It's dealing like strongly with vampires, whatever you want to call it on here. So when you open it up, you start off with Whirlpool, which is the one I'm probably going to watch tonight, actually. And there's some great stuff on here. We got like a Tim Lucas commentary, so you're always solid with the Tim Lucas commentary. The Obsessive Reoccurrence, the early films of Jose Larraz with Kim Newman, which is awesome because I love Kim Newman. So let's look at the alternate artwork. Oh wow, this is super rapey. So it gives it kind of a Last House on the Left type of look to it. She died with her boots on and not much else. More shocking than Psycho. More sensual than Repulsion. More nerve-ripping than Baby Jane. My Instagram is Charmed007. And the honest reason it's Charmed007 is I was redoing my movies back in my old house, and I had a bunch of Charm box sets and my 007 sets in front of me, and I was making an Instagram account. And I'm not very original. So this is Whirlpool. Again, I don't think I've seen this one. Here's one I've seen many times, and I'm sure most of you guys have seen. Okay, I'll add you as soon as I get off. I love these covers, by the way. I really do. Ooh, I actually do like this alternate artwork as well. So here's the alternate artwork. It's got a very genre land feel to it, to be honest with you. This is a class. This is a horror classic. Again, we got a audio commentary with Kat Ellinger. I'm definitely listening to that. Interview with producer Brian Smiley Aston. Interview with actress Marianne Morris. Brand new interview with actress Analka. A Cutthroat Business brand new interview with actor Brian Deacon. Oh, there's a ton of interviews on here anyway. Yeah, this. Wow. Okay, so this is way, way more than I expected in this set. Way more features than I thought. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is the odd one. I don't know if I've seen this. I don't think I've seen this, or if I have. So this is The Coming of Sin, which is a really weird case. So it includes like a short film made by Simon Burrell under the guidance of Jose Larraz and starring Spanish horror legend Jack Taylor. Okay. There's some neat stuff on here. Again, we're getting an audio commentary with Kat Ellinger and Sam Deegan, so we get them both together this time. The Daughters of Darkness podcast. Yes, I may have seen this film because it has a different title. So this is the other title for The Coming of Sin. Yeah, so I have seen this film. I just saw it under a different name. I'm guessing the one that I saw was probably cut to pieces though. So there's a book in here as well. There's like a big book. I'm going to look to see if I can show you this. Let's just writing on here. Some of these pictures I obviously can't show you. The UK title. So there's like stuff on Whirlpool. There's an interview with Steve Powder on here. Steve Powder, sorry, in Spain. An interview with composer Stavello Capriani. Dollops of nudity and hints of perversion. The Making of Vampires, 1995, 2019. Vampires 2, the unmade sequel, to, like thing on the. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, you're Batman. See, that's something that my kids would do. They would totally do that. But I'd have a more embarrassing name because I know them. There's some great stuff on here. Really looking forward to this set. Wow. Okay. So yeah, this set way more to this than I anticipated. I am hoping. I have heard. Oh yeah, Charm 007. That's my Instagram. I'm hoping that I will be able to get more from this sale. And I'm hoping that they'll do a second volume. I heard that that they had more Jose Larraz films that could be coming. I'll even double dip it on like Symptoms in a set if there's two other ones that I don't have. And because Mondo put a really great edition of Symptoms. If you never got that, like grab it. But there you go. Aside from grabbing my Phantasm box set, that is. Oh, PMAC. That's rough, dude. I have been there. We were going on a trip once, and basically the day of that trip, we went to get like our tires changed, and ended up having to spend like an extra $1,000 that we didn't expect. Needless to say, it changed our buying plans for that trip. Oh, dude, you know I love Phantasm. You know that's my thing. Phantasm's my jam, man. But the set, you gotta love the set. There was the Well Go USA set, right? You got 4 as well. I want to get more. I'm trying to convince my better half. Well, he's used to the westerns. He's used to this stuff, man. He's in his 90s. He's seen all this stuff before. He's seen all the western tropes. Got to drink some tea before I go any further. As you can see, I have a big cup of tea tonight because I didn't know how long it was going to take to get through all this stuff. And I had to say, I'm impressed with myself. 65 minutes, bam, I got through all the sets, except for the ones that's upstairs, which I am going to leave upstairs, but still, that's a lot of box sets. So what has everybody gotten from the sale so far? I'm guessing quite a few people have gotten the American Horror Project Volume 2. And I'm going to guess a lot of you guys have probably picked up this Jose Larraz box set. A lot of people that I know the Colettes, Kyle and we picked up this one right here. Kyle and Nicole picked up this set, and I think they grabbed. I think they probably grabbed the American Horror Project. I'm trying to remember the second one. Almost everybody I know that that I spoke to grabbed the American Horror Project Volume 2. That was like a go-to right away. I was asked if I was going to pick up like certain ones I was looking up to get. I was like getting the Woody Allen sets. I was like, no. This was actually, I think, region free. Let me check. Yeah, it is. This is a region A, B, and C set. So you can, if you're like here in North America, for instance, and you're concerned, this is a region free set. Andromeda Strain, Black Moon Rising. That's sort of it now, isn't it? Fifth chord in the center. I was leaning towards fifth chord, actually. That's a really good Giallo, by the way. Actually, a personal favorite of mine. I got like an old DVD copy of it here somewhere on Anchor Bay. Horror Express, I got to get that one too. That's Iguana with the Tongue of Fire. Is that Ricardo Fridi? I kind of think, I could be wrong. I probably got it wrong. But Iguana with the Tongue of Fire, I think that's Ricardo Frida. He was the guy that did like the first like horror film over there, like directed the first horror film. Because he did a couple of Giallos, and I know they got a couple of his stuff there. I would recommend, if you don't have the Jose Larraz set, I do recommend it, but you got to know it is like a highly, he does deal a lot with like eroticism and highly sexualized. So if you're not into that, oh, the pharmacy. I remember that, yeah. As far as the new sets, I am really impressed with this Ring collection. So even without the book, the booklet, whatever that came with the Ring set originally, I gotta say it's a sexy looking set. I love the artwork on it. It's a nice hard box. It didn't cheap out on the box. I was a little bit concerned about that actually. When you do a re-release, sometimes you think that they're gonna go a little cheaper with the way that it's done, or they're going to take out a lot of features and that type of thing. But no, like all the special features are here. You even get the extra film Rizan as well. How much was this set? This one was £50. Now that being said, it's buy one get one. So you get another one. So really, it's £25 when you think about it. So if you get two £50 sets, then I know. Most people, like, I think you spoke about that before, was the UK rating thing. I dig the UK rating. I'm so alone in that. Like, I know I'm the only person, but I do dig the UK rating. I'm actually very excited. I didn't realize I was going to be excited as I was to get the Ring collection. I had the old DVD set down the road, but I gave that to my kids because they're really huge, like, J horror fans and K horror fans too. How many features? I'll go through them really quickly here for you. So there's a brand new restoration on the Ring, 4K restoration. Lossless audio in the Japanese master. Perfect. So we got like optional English subtitles. We get Spiral, or what is known as Rizan, which is George Lida's 1998 sequel to Ring. New audio commentary by Ring by film historian David Killat. New audio commentary on Ring Zero by author and critic Alexandra Heller Nicholas. The Ring Legacy is a series of new interviews from critics and filmmakers on the memories of the Ring series and its enduring legacy. A Visage Circle, a new video interview with author and critic Kella Ellinger on the career of Hideo Nakata. Circumventing Ring, a new video essay by author and critic Alexandra Heller Nicholas on the evolution of the Ring series. Spooks, Size, and Videotape, a new video essay by critic Jesper Sharp on the J-horror phenomenon. The Psychology of Fear, a newly edited archival interview with author Koji Suzuki. Archival behind-the-scenes featurettes on Ring Zero deleted scenes. Sadako's video. Multiple theatrical trailers for the Ring series. So quite a lot of stuff on here that deals not just with the Ring and the Ring films on their own, but it also deals with the whole J-horror phenomenon as well. It's pretty amazing. And if you weren't here when I originally showed it off, the box cover art is Sadako is coming to get you. Of course, the I did find that when they did the North American, yes, I would love you on Boxset, man. I would kill for that livings. When they brought it over, even though you had the same people working on a lot of this stuff, it seemed tamer. In like the new, like the North American editions of The Ring seemed tamer. And as far as The Grudge is concerned, like the North American edition of The Grudge, those sequels got really, 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 really bad. And what they did to Pulse is horrible. It is amazingly cool artwork, and it so suits The Ring. I was actually super stoked to get it. I went back and forth between getting The Ring and the house set. And as much as I want the house set, and I really do, I might just grab them separately, like just to grab 4 of them, save myself 20 pounds, right? Unless, of course, I get the American Horror Project, then I might grab the set anyway because it's free at that point. As you think of it, it's free, but really you're paying 25 pounds for it, so you're good then. So if you're gonna if you're grabbing a 50, so I think no, I definitely think I chose right. Like holding this in my hand here, well, like 100%. I mean, I am solid behind that. And just The Grudge, the original Grudge with Juan, like the original film, if I remember correctly, because most have seen it, was a almost kind of an anthology-esque style film. The way that it was done, like there were stories that were kind of connected. They kind of came together, and it works a lot better than the North American Sarah Michelle Gellar Grudge, where at certain times it seems like not a lot is happening. There's a difference, I think. There's this atmosphere. There's this kind of like sense of pacing. And they made like a bunch of American Ring films. I actually got I think one of those, those cheap set things, they put out, like they did with The Grudge and Pulse and all those, right? I got one of those here. Yeah, it's true. There's a different concept of horror. And for me personally, and I'm not sure it works for you, Brian, but for me, it gets under my skin more. It creeps me out. Well, the less said of it Rings, the better, I think, because I cannot be the only person that did not like that film, because there's been some really great horror films that came out recently, and then there's been stuff like The Bye-Bye Man and Rings that just it just blows your mind. That dude, watch it. No, definitely watch it. The Scariest Woman Alive is. Is this a joke question? It was pretty bad. I'm not sure she's the scariest woman alive. You know who's the scariest woman alive? I think that every person is. Whoever your mom or your better half is, when they're angry at you, that will be the scariest person alive to you. Because they can do some damage. Well, so there we go. I guess I am going to go and watch some Rings. Like watch some of the Ringu series. I am a huge fan of these films. I wasn't sure what I was going to watch tonight. I have no doubt right now what I'm going to watch. Thank you so much tonight for joining me, guys. I'm very excited to dive into the Ring collection. The sale is going on till July the 7th. It is a buy one, get one sale. And they basically will be, I've seen them like certain things are selling out and they're putting new things in there. Kind of like, so keep an eye on it. Like things do change out. There's new Arrow Academy stuff being put in, new Arrow Video stuff being put in it. And it seems like every day I look in and there's something different that's gone, there's something different that's been put in there. Originally had the Scared Stiff, the limited edition slipcover, but they did not have Scared Stiff. That's a Richard Friedman film. You're a bad man. They didn't have the Richard Friedman film like the regular edition there, but now the limited edition slip has gone out and the regular one is there. Yeah, that's it. If the phone rings, I'm going to be so freaked out tonight. Thank you for watching. I am Aaron. You guys are the Movie Club. You guys are awesome. You guys rock. And go check out the Arrow video sale if you haven't done it already. I'm going to make you spend money. There you go.